Indra, being the dutiful son that he was, followed his father's orders every day. For nearly a whole month, Indra would go out into the sea and try to find food. Let me find some fish. Oh no, okay. Let me try the forest. Let me try to find fruits. No fruits. Every day he would return unsuccessful with fruitless efforts. But Indra, seeing this, was quietly simmering anger. And one day he lashed out at Indra, yelling, "You, Indra, are such a lazy boy. How come you need to tell me that there is no food in the sea, in the ocean, in the forest, the vast jungles? You are just a lazy boy, that is it." Indra, hearing his father's harsh scoldings, filled with fear and sadness, but he could not say anything as he was a dutiful son. And so Indra, having bottled his emotions, went outside. But unbeknownst to Indra, his mother had secretly followed him into the forest and found the pumpkin shells. She brought the shells home and prepared them, made them into a dish of fine. Having found new food, Indra's mother and Babuyu ate happily and quietly. Babuyu said, "My wife, let us eat this food quietly and hide the rest so Indra doesn't come and finish it all." Upon Indra's return, Padua, the rooster, called out, signaling his return. Babuyu quickly said, "Quick, quick, quick, let's hide the food, let's hide the food." And upon Indra's return, he saw both of his parents lying with their stomachs full, wandering in dreamland. Looking beside them, he saw a bowl of seaweed, just a little bit of food left. Seeing this, his face fell. "Is that all there is left?" he said with a small voice. His mother awoke from hearing his cries, and he said, "Oh, Indra, we're sorry. We didn't mean any harm, but you should learn to be independent."
Mandek-mandek.
Hearing this, Indra became extremely sad, and he went outside and sat on a rock. "Oh, I'm so sad." And he began to explain his betrayal to his pet rooster, Pedro. "Oh, Pedro, I'm so betrayed. I feel so sad. I only want to help our family." Pedro heard this, as if understanding his sadness. "What?" And grabbed Indra and flew him up. Oh my gosh, Pedro's magical strength. Indra, that was sitting on the rocks, also flew up. As higher and higher Pedro got, the rocks grew bigger and bigger. As Pedro flew, Indra flailed his legs. Oh my gosh! And the rocks crashed against rivers and trees, forming a long and winding path. This path was soon filled with seawater and came the river named Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Participant spends 10 minutes and 12 seconds. 10 minutes and 12 seconds.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second lesson. We're going to have the story of the resilience of Queen Sima and her daughters. This is Novia Rismawati.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you again. My name is Novia Rismawati Ramadan, and I'm from Fukushima High School, Servingan, Jakarta. I'm here thankful for all you get today to tell you a wonderful folklore from Ria. Do you know in Ria there is an area with name Dumai? Well, why does it have to be Dumai? Well, the story of Queen Sixima and the resilience of Queen Sixima and her daughters will explain all of it. Now, please allow me to tell you. A long time ago, there was a kingdom in Riau named Bungataju. It was ruled by a wise and brave woman named Queen Sixima. She had seven lovely daughters, each kind and graceful, but the youngest one, Princess Marai, was the most beautiful girl from her sister. Her beauty is like flowers in the garden, and her smile is bright and no red. On one bright morning, the seven princesses bathed in the pond named Sarasumai. They all laughed, splitting and splashed water at each other. That too much fun. It was like there was someone watching them from behind the screen. It was the prince Empang Tualang from the neighboring kingdom. He was traveling through the forest and suddenly found them. And while he was watching them, his sight only focused on one person. It was Princess Maya Mangrai, the youngest one. His heart stopped and his mind spoke. Yeah, she's the one. I was very hurt. He could not rest himself to find out who she is. So he asked the local people about her. And when he found that she was daughter of Queen Sixima, he sent his best soldier to sail to Tanjung Kingdom to deliver a proposal. After Queen Sixima received about that delivery, her answer, no, I cannot allow this because it's not proper if the youngest one gets married for her elder sister. Then the soldier bowed and returned with the answer. What? Queen rejects me? What do you mean by that? Prince Empangwala lions rallied and ordered his armies to attack Tanjung kingdom. Queen Tissima, who heard about that, wasn't afraid at all. She also prepared her soldiers to fight with my people. We must give them our land, our home, and our honor. No, come, fight with me with courage. The war could not be avoided. Wars everywhere, around you, and cries of war filled the air. My Queen Chiquima was so worried about her seven daughters. So she asked her best soldiers to run away with the seven princesses to the forest. She also asked them to provide enough food and build a hut for them. After the soldiers already made sure that the seven princesses were go back to Queen Chixima and fight with her. And because of her great spirit, Queen Chixima was motivated all of her soldiers, and they can finally force Prince Evangola to pull back his soldiers. Queen Chixima thought that she already win, but she was wrong. Prince Evangola was back with more soldiers and new strategy. You thought you were in win, you are wrong. Now look at me. I'm back with more soldiers. You cannot beat me. But Queen Chixima wasn't afraid at all. When the prince attacked her fiercely, she didn't faint at all. She can block any attack. And because of her great spirit in battlefield and also martial art, she could beat her. And he was killed by her. On his last moment, he remembered so much in that day, in that moment, he remembered Ryan's marvelous beauty. And on his last piece, he was only able to say that his eyes closed forever. People are standing right under him, rejoice his back to their land, and to commemorate the war, people named the area within Dubai. That was from last word from Prince Afafala before he died. And that's the ending of the story. From this story, we can learn to control our emotions, our religion. Don't let it guide us to destruction. And that's all I can say. And I really hope we can apply this moral value to our daily life. Thanks for enjoying to my story. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Participants spent 6 minutes and 47 seconds. Before we move on to the next participants, I would like to let you know, please settle all of your properties and all of your backgrounds if you have that one. Because if you say Assalamualaikum, but the background is still like on the WhatsApp, so it's a bit disturbing. So make sure that everyone is settled so you can start your storytelling. Thank you.
All right then. The third contestant or the third participants, we have Muhammad Afkar from SMK 13. Please welcome Mr. Muhammad Afkar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honors, my name is Muhammad Afkar Abdulsan. I'm from SMK 13, the West Department. And I'm here to tell you a story about a lake, Toba. Here I go. A long, long time ago, in northern part of Sumatra, lived a young man named Toba. He was known for his honesty, his hard work, and his kindness. Every day, he went fishing to feed himself. But one day, something strange happened. The fishing line felt heavy. He pulled and he pulled until it came out a golden fish. Whoa! I have never seen a fish this big. It shines like gold. Omar took the fish home and put it into his basket. Within weeks, the fish was blooming. It shined and filling his room with white light. The fish had turned into a beautiful woman. My is Italy. I was cursed. I disobeyed my father. But fell in love with Italy. But Italy, they told on one condition. I'll give you one condition. You will have to keep this to yourself. You should never tell anyone that I was once a coach. I promise with all my life that I will not tell anyone about it. So then they got married. Then soon they had a son named Timothy. Timothy turned and grew to be like that, and a little bit loud. One day, while Toba was working in the rice fields, working tirelessly, Timothy came up to him and asked, "Father, I'm hungry. Mother hasn't prepared the food yet." I be patient. I'm sure your mother will prepare it soon. Toba, some of us, I want it now. Hearing this, Toba was furious. Speak. Stop crying, you son of a bitch! Hearing this, froze. He's looking at Toba. You have broken your promise. You swore in your life not to tell anyone about this. You liar! Toba, regret. I am sorry. I regret saying that. Please forgive me, Sidora. It is now too late, Toba. The curse has begun. The great clouds covering the sky. The thunder roars, and the earth began to shake and tumble. The water burst up from the earth, from where Sidora stands. And Sidora has become his true form, a fish, a golden fish. The water kept rising higher and higher until it flooded the entire village. Only Toba and Thomas survived. But the village had turned from rain. And now it's called Lake Toba. In the middle of it, one tiny island. It is named after this one. From this story, we can learn that you have to keep your promises, and you have to think when you say something. Thank you.
The participants had 6 minutes and 19 seconds. 6 minutes and 19 seconds. Like to remind to all the participants if you are going to wear a microphone, make sure that your microphone is not have to control your breath taking while you is your performance in storytelling. Or even if you want to use those kind of visual blow, please use your voice, but make sure that you volume up your voice so we can hear it clearly. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Do you ever learn the story of a hero from the valley? The one who fights for justice and for people. If not, please allow me to be the first to tell you a story about a secret. Long, long ago, back in the old days of the Dutch colonial rule in Western Jakarta, there lived a brave young man named Sipito. He was born to Papillon and Bupina, and the village lived in the village of Rawabilo. Papillon worked as a farmer, and Sipito must spend most of his day helping his father, such as planting rice, harvesting coconuts, cutting the grass for the animals, and generally being a good neighbor. Sipito also never forgot to pray and fast. When Sipito became a teenager, his father sent him to study under the guidance of a teacher called Haji Naipin. Haji Naipin didn't only teach him how to defend himself, but also how to fight for what is right. The village belonged to a powerful landlord, Baba Hlim Jackson, who collected taxes from the villagers, taxes that ended up going to the Dutch ruler. Baba and henchmen were native men, skilled in martial arts and weapons, so that the villagers dared to resist. One day, while Sipito came back home from gathering harvest with his father, he found those henchmen in front of his house, angry and threatening them. They even took the crops Sipito has helped to gather. Sipito was furious, and he vowed silently, "Just wait for my revenge." The next day, walking to the village, Sipito witnessed more injustice. Those henchmen robbing chickens, goats, coconuts, petting the villagers without any compassion. Unable to bear it, Sipito confronted them. "Stop, you coward! Who are you stealing from others?" The henchmen scoffed. "Who are you to stop us? Don't you know who you are?" Sipito told them, "I don't care who you are, but your deeds are cruel and inhuman." He was challenged and attacked, but instead of being knocked down, he fought back with surprising strength and skill. He took on 5 men, one by one, bleeding and defeated. The word of his courage spread to Cabayaran, but Sipito was not afraid. He went about his life openly, even when people asked him about what happened. Then one morning, his father asked him to sell the crops because the family needed money. But someone, probably again, followed him secretly. While Sipito was standing by the river to perform voodoo, his followers stole the money from his pocket. And then, when he came home, he realized and went back to another market. He demanded, "Return my money!" But the thief replied roughly, "You can't have the money back, but only if you join us." Of course, Sipito refused. A fight followed, and just like before, Sipito won. From that day on, Sipito had decided he would defend the weak and oppressed. Some of the henchmen he had beaten, some of the henchmen he had beaten turned good, and he invited them to join his cause. Together, they run the house of wealthy people and give the loot to the poor. The name of Sipito became renowned among ordinary people, even the common folk. To the rebels and colonial ruler Mr. Beer. The colonial superior Scout Hayes ordered the police to catch Sipito, promising a huge reward for his capture. Sipito became a fugitive, moving from place to place, but still helping the people. His rebellion continued. His action was powerful. Then, one day, the police had a trap. When Sipito and his group aimed to rob the house over the mark, the police were hidden around the house. When the group arrived, Sipito was surrounded, but Sipito allowed was imprisoned, but they smart as the national spencer. He escaped by crawling to the rooftops at night when the walls was when the children's rest had gone, they panicked and they arrested his parents and decided to his parents. But they remained silent and were jailed themselves. Then, Sipito emerged from the Dutch authorities. He was surrendered, but only with his parents and future then, the police officials made on their choice day at the open field when they she took a step forward and the police shouted, "At last, you're caught, people!" Without escape, towards the few who only necessary to order 3 million, I'm not afraid. Police, police aid government, and guys, he felt militant in the ground. The spirit that he was fought for the villagers left for the children. For the people of the Parliament, so the faith, as the men of their experiences.
The participant spends 9 minutes and 12 seconds. 9 minutes and 12 seconds.
That was Natasha. Check. The next participant, we have Alicia. Alicia from SMK Perguruan Tinggi 3.
friends, and fellow judges. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Alicia Patiha from SMK DKI Jakarta. Today, I will be telling you a story called Lake of Sika and Underland River. In the village of Nagari Pinakala lives a simple family named Indra. Indra was diligent and caring daughter. He has one second of love, his enormous appetite. Indra could consume all the best in her heart with various side dishes in a single meal. Can you believe that? During famine season, Hawkwood's family was forced to economize and rely on makeshift crops such as wheat, potatoes, and flour. One day, Indra began to complain to his mother. Mother, I'm so hungry. There's no more tasty food in this home. Can you please find me something to eat? Indra said with a weary face. His mother looked at Indra with concern and said to Puppy, Pa, what should we do? Indra keeps complaining. Puppy, feeling pressured by the situation. Indra needs to learn how to be the first. He's still finding those food in the forest or cuisine. Indra followed his mother's orders for nearly a month. In the forest or sea. He was unsuccessful. One day, when Indra returned home empty-handed, Papa spoke. Indra, you're this lazy. There's nothing you can really find out there, really? Indra felt despair, but he did not surrender. Without Indra, his mother secretly followed him and brought home Hensley shell, a type of a freshwater crab. These shells were cooked into a dish called fire. Hopper asked his wife to eat steak and hide the remaining food. When Tadua, Indra's pet rooster, found, the parents quickly cleaned up the food and washed their hands. When Indra was approached, he was shocked to find his parents sleeping peacefully with their stomachs full and with a little of gravy and empty left. Is this all that's left? Indra asked slightly. His mother awoke and said, forgive us, son. We didn't mean to hurt you. We just want you to learn how to be independent. Indra felt betrayed, but as a dutiful son, he couldn't be angry. He went to a large rock and stared his sad face through time. I tried. How do I try? I only learned how to balance. I feel so betrayed. Indra shared Tadua, as if understanding Indra's sadness, he carried Indra onto the rock with his magical strength. The rock flew up and grew bigger. As Indra moved his foot, causing the rock to crash into the hills around his feet, forming a long river. The seawater gradually descended into the hole, forming a river, and the river was now known as Bata Underland River. And the depression became the lake, now known today as the Lake of St. Well, y'all, thank you so much for listening to this. I hope you enjoyed.
The participants spent 5 minutes and 52 seconds. 5 minutes and 52 seconds.
Gentlemen, the next participant is supposed to be Aisyah Syabania. Okay, so we'll move on to the next participants. We have Indah Khalifah. Do we have Indah Khalifah here? Indah Khalifah. Okay, good. Check. Please. Okay. So after Indah Khalifah, please prepare yourself. Please this Nika with the legend of Sipitu. Now we are going to have Indah Khalifah with the story of the legend of Lake.
Bisa nggak atau apa masih belum nggak usah. This. Kalau belum sampai ke dulu. Yes.
That's it. That's iya tapi yang bersaing apa? One day, with the most wonderful feels, he comes and you fish. Oh, oh my God, and today is a very hot day, but I don't want to know what I'm day. Oh, it's a hot day. I really hope that I can catch a lot of fish today. So much pain to hold me fishing on the hot sun. That's beautiful bubbly fish. Really happy to see you. It's hot. Fast. What is my sit down? Let me smile. I'm sorry. It's a beautiful beach. Her skin was bare and glowing like moonlight. Her eyes sparkling like Thomas Ebek. Jump. Who are you? Don't be afraid, Thomas. I'm so tired. Just get it up there. I was trying to talk fish because I didn't fish on fire. Fish because what? Yeah, but I'm free now because you touched me, Thomas. Thank you. From that day on, we were always together. I slowly fell in love. One day, Thomas asked a beautiful girl to marry her. Since then, since the day I ever met you, my life has been so much happier. You are kind and beautiful. You make me accomplished. I love you all my heart. Will you marry me? Oh, but yes, I do. Before we can be together, there's one condition. You must not tell anyone that sweet fish. After that, we can be together. Yes, I promise, Lauren. I love you so much. I thought we would be married and everything would be next summer. One day, we were most wonderful. This is my life. But Papa already very tired. Oh, this is a hot day. Why am I being so quiet? It's a day. The baby crying louder and louder and louder. Good job, Tyler. I really excited for you. Stop crying. You're making me tired. It's time. Don't be sad. Sit on the far away. For now, but when we enter, I step into. Oh, what would you say, Dad? What would you do for my children to me? Oh, I'm sad. She's going. No, I'm just tired. I'm just wanting to leave peace. But for starting to cry. No, you promised me never tell anyone that it's doing fish. And yet, you told us not a fish time. You have said it hurt me, Mama. She's going, no. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Yes, I
Participant spends 9 minutes and 36 seconds. 9 minutes and 36 seconds.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and my beloved students, all the students are here. So the next we're going to have Clarissa Thessalonica from SMK Pharmacy, BPK Jakarta Pusat. Clarissa.
This.
Okay,
This.
please welcome Clarissa with the story of the legend of Sipitum. Oh, from the dress what we can see.
suffered. Please do something about this. We have the power to be able to save them all, and you're wasting your fear, not doing anything. Well, of course, you were scared, you were hesitant. But the Dutch, they have weapons. They have guns. Really not. We were taught to be brave and courageous. It's our power. We can overcome them all. And with that, all went towards villages, saving people, giving food, money, gold to people, collecting around people, giving them. As time passed by, whispers came. Whenever there's some case seems to be solved, or some rugged riot happens somewhere, you'll always go and whisper around. Hey, it's people over there. All the while, people became famous for his everlasting kindness throughout every single action he did in every village. The Dutch realized where it's speaking, but the villagers will always say, we do not know, but people will always live in our hearts. And so days passed by, but again, legend won't always stand out. There is always betrayal. So one day, a man sold out people's trust and told to the Dutch people about people's hideout. And that time, people did not know, but whenever the Dutch people came, he fought them fiercely. He fought very courageously every single moment. Though it ended right there that day. The legend is far too lost. But they say will always last forever. He was always living in the village's hearts. And so people became the symbol, the light, the power of the people keep going and thriving through, even without his presence near. He lives in their hearts because people was always curious, he was always rich and kind enough to do everything for everyone, even if it meant stealing, killing people for the village's good. Can't change my past, can't change my history. Even if you kill me, my heart will cry. Even if you pass, without mystery, I will always fight back. Nothing's gonna stop me now. And with that, legend of people has thank you, wonderful.
The participants spent 7 minutes and 49 seconds. 7 minutes and 49 seconds.
a veil of hunger, heartache, and miracle. Our prices are low. Good morning, everyone. I'm your guest teacher, I'm your friend. Hi, my name is Anna Pagarawan. I'm from Vocational High School, Manila. And long ago, there's this little village called Nagara, Tabao. There's a humble man named Babu. His gentle wife, with only son, Indra. A boy with a hand that works hard, but a hunger that never rested. His hunger not only for food, but for love. Two seeds, one season, families of the family. Their meal grew smaller and smaller and smaller, only sweet potatoes and carrots and meat and cookies of cold. One evening, Indra fled to his mother with a hollow stomach. Mother, please, is it really not enough for me to eat? I'm starving. The stomach burning like fire. Please, mother, I want to eat another sweet potatoes or taro. Mother, his mother only sighed. But his father stayed home. You ungrateful child! There's sweet potatoes and taro. Why can't you just eat that? If you're truly hungry, go to the forest, to the sea, to the mountain. Find your own food and let the world. He went on a journey day and night through forest and sea, shore and mountain. But empty handed, no fish, no kindness. While Indra was wandering, his parents secretly cooked fresh salad and turned them into a very soup. They ate in silence and hiding what remained. Finally, Indra went back to home and he slept a happy wolf with a high breathing, broken shell. We see his parents sleeping peacefully and sound asleep, doesn't care about anything this morning. Is it too much for you? So just love and feet as a bowl before me. I only ask for fear, not a feast. Yet the fallen kindness is too much to give. So Indra went on his way and sat beneath a stone tree. He sat everyone beside him. And he said, everyone, I give them all I took, my strength, my gifts, my heart. Yet you only see here hunger, nothing else. Tell me, old friend, is it so much to ask for love and be met with silence, especially from your own parents? I feel like you're the only one who truly cares for me that well. You don't promise seriously. Then everyone seriously promises me to God. A proud soldier shall be heard, trembling beneath him. The soul beneath Indra rose high, higher, higher, till break the vows and feel below. The sea trembled, the water rushing in, filling it. The grief becomes silver, the beauty becomes something else. So from Indra tears, but it and with it, only a miracle. With it, they built the land, the song, then Indra. So from this story, we can learn that yet a love that is so good can become something different. Because love unspoken may fade but soul. Their love that is remembered is built on love. And that's the tale of Tabiam and the faithful with God. That is the end of the lake of Susan. Thank you all for listening to my story. Thank you.
The participant spends 5 minutes. The participant spends 5 minutes.
Okay, so the next participant is Lokanita Raditania from SMK 3, Jakarta Pusat. Please welcome Lokanita. Oh, please be prepared. Aisha Rahmawati. Where are you? You can go back for preparation.
I'm from Vocational High School in Jakarta. Today, I would like to tell a story about the beauty of being smart and hard works. Popular from Rio. Once upon a time, in Rio, there was a big kingdom dance studied in the country. The leader of the kingdom was Gypsy. She had seven beautiful daughters. However, the most beautiful one was the youngest one. Nine young of the seven princes were swimming on pond inside of him. They were having a good time with fun. They were laughing and standing more at each other. They didn't know someone was watching. It was Miss and Pantoja from the neighboring village. He was badly the couple traveled really for minutes. Who are they? They are so beautiful. And not in my class. The prince was in love with Maya. He tried to find her. Who she was? He asked a lot of people about her. And after he knew that Maya young daughter was the youngest girl of 16, he sent the soldier to queen. Soldier told the queen that Prince and Pampala would like to propose Maya Marai as his wife. Suddenly, the queen rejected the proposal. He would like to see her on the sword get married. She told us it was not good. See her on the sword get married earlier than her on the sword. And Pampala was really angry. He felt that he was being humiliated by the queen. Therefore, he asked of his daughter to attack the living and to kingdom. Lindisima was a brave woman. She asked her soldiers to be ready and also fight. The war wouldn't be avoided. Lindisima quickly was warrior because they have many soldiers. The angry queen still wanted to destroy the living and kingdom. He asked the soldiers for not going home before they won the war. Lindisima was very worried about the war. But many of her soldiers were dead. She was really so did the seven asked some soldiers to bring the seven. She asked soldiers to take the southwest for daughter in the jungle. The brave woman, she never gave up. They won the war.
Pindah ya ke lab KGS jadinya.
Lindisima with fear of defending her kingdom. And
Jangan
motivated
sampai
soldiers
tahu Pak Faris tadi bilang ada ruang sidang. Udah pindah berarti ini. Nah, nitip si Radit ya. Thank you.
Prince was returning a new strategy. The prince led with more soldiers. The war continued. Led with one man. someone. They were fighting. Princessima was a great woman. She had a great spirit and mentor. The twins couldn't get a twin. Finally, the twins were killed. Before the prince was dead, he remembered the young comfortment from he was dying, and he only had to say, woman, woman.
Belum datang ya? Budi belum kan? Budi belum. Dukung
Who was
dari Budi juga. Enggak ini.
and to Denmark war, people man who was the area, human. It was from the last war by Swiss and Boston. The more I tell you of the story to them, we must be brave, never give up, and let's forsake the people we love. With courage and determination, we can overcome any trouble. That's all the end of my story. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The participants spent 6 minutes and 54 seconds. 6 minutes and 54 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you for the Lokalita Praditanita. So now it's Raisha Rahmawati from SMK DKI, The Legend of Lake Toba, for her version. Please.
Perhatian yang peserta sama guru pembimbing boleh ambil nextnya ya. Tapi jangan ramai, jangan ramai. Tolong dilihat yang tampil.
Ya, duduk dengan tenang. Please listen to the story. And
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Here with me, a girl who has two brains on her head. So, in this
Tanya aja mana KGS yang lagi dipakai buat jadi itu mana?
legend of Lake Toba.
Itu yang T2.
The legend of Lake Toba tells story of the origin of Lake Toba, the largest lake in Indonesia, located in North Sumatra. The story revolves a young Lady Toba who lived in a small village in the area that is now Lake Toba. Toba was a young known for his honesty, diligence, and deep love for his mother. One day, Toba went fishing in the river. He waited a long time and became desperate. Let's go home. Well, he went to go home. Suddenly, something taught in his fishing line. He was excited and started reeling his fishing line. Whoa! My God! Sure enough, the end of his fishing line, it was a large gold skeleton. I felt his well today, said Dora. Then he went back to go home and cook the fish. At home, he was disappointed. All of his firewood had been used up. Well, he went to a forest to
the fish inside the basin. Oh, 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 I'm so hungry. Very touching. Surprise! The fish had fun! Instead, they're all pieces of food inside the basin. My fish! Oh! Where's my fish? Oh! It was still golden. And after they went to open the door of his room, he was surprised. There was a tall, young woman coming with him in front of him. Hello? Who are you? Said Toba. Then the woman returned and said to him, I'm simple. I said the one. Toba still confused and talked again to him. Oh, is that the fish that I caught earlier? Said Toba. The woman smiled and laughed. Yes. Big fish. Said the woman. Sitoro, definitely Sitoro prepared food for Toba. Toba was amazed by the woman's brilliance in the kitchen, so he said to himself, only she wants to be my wife, said Toba. Apparently, Sitoro can read Toba's mind. Then she said to him, but I have one condition, Toba, said Sitoro. Oh, Toba sharp. And he asked her, you can be my wife? What's the condition? Just tell me, said Toba. Then Sitoro smiled.
Tahu Hans itu di mana? Di lantai 2, the base. Udah pun belum. Kan sih ke sini.
And after that, Toba and Sitoro finally get married. They lived happily. Then, not long after, he had a son. Toba named him Sunset. Sitoro as a naughty, lazy child. All he did was just play around. Whenever Toba worked in the field, he didn't want to let his wife cook for him. And in the end, it was Sitoro who delivered to him. My God, you can spoil someone's forever like this, said Toba. Then the woman smiled. Be patient, my husband. Someone soon will change, said Sitoro. Then Toba replied to him, patient, patient, patient. I've been patient enough, my wife. But patient also happened. And after Toba went work in the field, there's some crying of hunger. Patient and said to their son, She was furious and broken. As her husband broken his promise. She returned to her original form as a fish, then disappeared into the ground. After she disappeared, the ground began to shake and raise amounts of water, forming playful. Village they lived was stopped, and only Tuba and Grissom was survived. They lived by the lake and on source from the water. Reminding Tuba of his broken heart. So the moral story of this story is if we make promise, never ever break it because it will hurt the person who made promise to. So this is the end of my performance. Thanks for your attention. Good morning.
Participant spends 9 minutes and 38 seconds. 9 minutes and 38 seconds.
Thank you, my dear Sha. So, the next one, I hope everyone is still here. Okay, so we have Nurul Fadila from SMK 4. Yes, okay, with the story of the legend of Sipitul. Let's welcome Nurul. Nurul Fadila.
Gak ada, Bu. Tadi nggak pakai, Bu. Coba, Bu, testing dulu. Ini lagi dicas, Bu.
Gak usah. Well, he's for jungle, hey, so what? Here's some food full of rice from the ground, strong and good. And you yourself is done with so. Good morning, and hello, everyone, and everyone. I'm Nubaliwa from SMK Jakarta. And expectation, and about tell you guys a story, the legend of sleeping. Stop. A long, long time ago, in downtown Philadelphia, there was a young man named Peter. Peter grew up in a family whose love taught him HCC, honesty, courage, and compassion. People's teachers taught him the more freedom and the wisdom to use it only for justice. And one day, he wrote with his friends, brought it to the landlords. But unlike the counting robbers, they never keep the Lord for themselves. Instead of it, they shared it to a poor people. For the Dutch, he was a criminal. But for some people, he was like a Robin Hood of Tanavia. Dutch was searching everywhere. But whenever the villagers contact him, and whoever asked him, "Where's the building?" The villager he'll smile and say, "He noticed our hair." But Israel is always there. If no person trusts his reveal his hideout from the Dutch, and that fear, people kill him. The Dutch found the people but before that, by the people. But they were wrong because until today, Israel is remembered as Brahman's most Brahmanic person and resident of Jakarta. And that's the story, the legend of city. Thank you for attention. Thank you, judges, and thank you everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The participants spent 6 minutes and 47 seconds. 6 minutes and 47 seconds.
Thank you, Lou. Now we'll have Aska Alianisa. The story is the origin of Lake Singkarak and Ambling Raven. Welcome to Aska. And please prepare yourself. Mutiara Fatimah. Good back, sis.
Hello everyone. Please, my name is Asta Alianza. I'm from 37 Professional High School, Jakarta. I want to tell a story about the lake and river called Grace. The lake known as Lake Singkarak and Ombilin. Have you ever heard about it? Oh no. So, here I say to tell a story about origin of Lake Singkarak and Ombilin. Folklore from where it started. In the village of Nanda Minangkabau, there lived a simple family led by Pak. This family had an only child named Inga. Inga was diligent and caring child, but he had one significant flaw, his enormous appetite. Inga could perform a whole offensive of rice with various dishes in a single meal. During Inga's season, Babu's family forced to economize and rely on nutritious crops such as sweet potatoes and carrots. But one day, Inga became complacent his mother. Mother, I'm hungry. There's no more good food at home. Please find me something to eat. With ordinary face, his mother looked at Inga with concern and said, "Ma, what's your name?" Pa would really wish to raise his children and be tried. Inga is too new to be in camp. He should find his family food in the forest or sea. first order project for nearly a month in a search for food in the forest and seafood. But it was our slice of food. One evening, we are just lazy. There's nothing to find out there. We don't look this pale. He couldn't. And double has issues. Bishops are too intelligent for all of us. But we would practice well in secret and hide to be my interested research program. We would quickly clean up the food and wash their hands. He was shocked to find his parents were sleeping with their stomachs full. Is this all that's left? Indra asked. His mother and said, forgive us, Indra. We didn't mean to hurt you, but you need to learn to be independent. Indra felt betrayed, but really hard in his head on the very strong and shared his grievances with us. I feel so betrayed. I only want to help our family. The rock was lifted and grew bigger. Indra began to move his foot, and it caused the rock crashing into the hill around the sea and forming a large hole. Sea water flowed into the hole, the muddy valley filling in and forming a river. This river is now known as the Battle of the River, and the depression became the lake known as Lake Sea. So, that's the story about the origin of Lake Sea and Mongolian River. That's all enough from me. Thank you.
The participant spends 5 minutes and 34 seconds. 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
Oke, Bapak Ibu dan para siswa partisipan lain yang sedang menyimak, dimohon untuk lower your voice ketika sedang ada penampilan, because it's very hard to listen to the from the outside. Mohon suaranya dikecilkan. Terima kasih.
Tadi pakai badan mulu.
Okay, that was Aska Alianisa. Okay, now we have the performance from Mutiara Fatima. The story is the resilience of Queen Sima and her daughters.
Oke, sebentar lagi dicari yang ini ya.
A local people when he finally knew that Bayang Mangabai was the youngest daughter of Queen Tixima, he immediately ordered his best soldier to Queen Tixima. Your Highness, Prince Emmanuel would like to propose Bayang Mangabai as his wife, Your Highness. Unfortunately, we rejected. Like to see her oldest daughter get married first, youngest daughter. Hear that, Prince Emmanuel was really happy. While she's being humiliated by the queen. Ah, how can she reject me? Didn't she know who I am? God said all of his soldiers attacked Sarin Pasukan defeated. Queen Tixima was a great woman. She commanded all of his soldiers. Why back? War couldn't be avoided. Prince Emmanuel really wanted his sword that he got defeated. So he commanded all of his soldiers from not going home before they won the war. Queen Tixima was really concerned about his seven princess. Then commanded his soldier to take his seven daughters to the safe place at the cave in the jungle. They provided food for the seven princes until the war was over. After she felt that her beautiful daughter was hungry, she went back to join the war. Let's go, soldier! Sima never gave up. Best spirit of the fighting is in the motivate all of the soldiers. Take it. It's long, amazing to me. Prince Emmanuel pulled back his soldier. The queens didn't know why Prince Emmanuel would make news. Queen Tixima didn't know that I made new strategy. She must be regret protecting a handsome prince like me. War was a lot of war. Tixima would finally face me and found what was what. Her great spirit and her great nature are cut and kill the or All of these people, it was grateful that the war was over. And to commemorate the war, they named the area as It was from the last war history section. Moral of the story is never underestimate the woman power. Like how Imam reads the written. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The participants spent 7 minutes and 37 seconds. 7 minutes and 37 seconds. I would like to remind again for all the supporters and the viewers inside of this hall, please lower your voice down since it's a bit echoing to the jury's table and it's going to be distracting the participant. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mutiara Fatima. Now we'll have Bunga Sabrina from SMK 16. The story is The Legend of Lake Tulban. And the next, Indira Almera, please prepare yourself. Go to the backstage. Thank you.
Tolong supporternya jangan ribut ya, disimak dan tampil, biar juri juga fokus mendengarkan dan penilaian.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. From 16th Professional High School, Jakarta. On this occasion, I would like to tell you one of the best stories. And like someone that looks like the sea, who like so beautiful, but born in middle of the yes, that's Mertola, one of the wonders from North Sumatra. But you know that lake was not. What if I told you that it all began with a promise, a broken heart, and a curse? Well, enjoy the story. Long, long time ago, in a quiet village in North Sumatra, there lived a young man named Boba. He was stunning, and hardworking. Every morning, he went to the river and worked all day on the hill.
Aman. Lu biar apa? Siapa yang nonton bola? Gini. Tuh, saya dokumen. Asal kayak gini dokumen.
One day,
Hanya udah.
Iya deh, tapi gue belum dapet. Dorong ke dalam. Dan dari tengah kan gue keluar dari tengah tadi, apa kalau aja.
wasn't just a
Emang dari sana
normal
aja.
fish.
Udah ya.
It was a magical fish. Then suddenly, that fish turned into a beautiful woman. Her name was Sita, and she had a look and ate that part like stars. Wow, you are so beautiful. Are you real? Or am I dreaming? I'm real. Thank you for saving me. Double edged job. But also, he couldn't stop staring. Then they fell in love and got married. They were happy. And then later, they had a son. But before they got married, please promise me one thing. Never tell anyone that I was so selfish. Oh, that's right. I won't. I promise. Time passed. They lived happily. But one day, the little boy was feeling nothing. He didn't want to help his father to work in the field. And then, Roba got angry and shouted, "You lazy boy! You are a fish child!" Oh no! He didn't. He broke his promise. Cigarette, your can't be finished. He was not disappointed. Broke into pieces. You broke your promise, Nora. The sky turned dark. The wind blew so hard and thunder blew. The water got higher and higher until everything disappeared. And that's how Lake Toba was formed. That's a reminder for all of us that love and trust should never be taken away. Because one broken promise can change everything. Say, Well, that's all for me. Thank you very much for your attention.
The participants spent 6 minutes and 30 seconds. 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you, Bunga from SMK 16. Now we'll have Neva Aziza from SMK Tanjung Priuk 2.
Dari tadi nggak pakai mic. Dari tadi nggak pakai mic.
Dia sendiri gitu, terus harusnya baru tawarin habis itu pakai mic apa enggak. Nah, ini peserta selanjutnya kan. Atau enggak pakai mic.
Ini bisa pengaruh ya.
Barang kali.
No? Okay, okay. No, forget it. That's why people treat themselves. The one again? Yeah. Take it. Take it in. Stop it! Why? Hold it. Then stop it with. What if someone eating them?
Bisa pakai bisa. Where you can go? But not be beautiful. Here, Mom. Don't you know what I want? Please what you said. Right now, I'm Beside the basin, it was a mercy. This all
So the participants spent 7 minutes and 31 seconds. 7 minutes and 31 seconds.
Okay, that was the performance from Neva. Now we'll have Indira Almarira from SMK 50. The story is Lake Singkarak, the origin of Lake Singkarak and Ombilin River. Christy Aulia, please prepare yourself. Go to the backstage.
Storyboard not from Twitter, from thing. Here's Paul. A story not in stone. A story in the heart of the boy who's never understood. Hello everyone. Good morning. Honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be here to speak, to share one of Indonesia's soul, this day. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Indira Amayapati from National High School of Jakarta. And today, I will tell you a story about love, hunger, and forgiveness. This is the original play in Para and Omelette River. In the heart of Minnesota, there lived a humble man, humble youth, who wife, and their only son, Ethan. Indra was kind and helpful, and you know he loved food a lot. He could eat a whole basket of rice and still ask, Mom, is this a dessert? So funny, right? Feels dry, food is gone. Each night, they only eat a bit of cereal and sweet potato. Mother, I'm so hungry. Please find me food. No! You is old enough to buy your own food. Go and find your food. And don't just sit here complaining. You're not a child anymore. Find your food and don't come back until you find the food. You won't stop. People so wrong. Days turn weeks, but never looking for food. Still in forest, in river, in shore, but nothing. When we came home,
even know what his mother secretly told him. She finds you happy. So, just a few about smile. He really knows. Able. Self-respect, sleeping, and so much food. His mother Porque vacina beleza perfil. Ele não pode ser muito bem. Essa sabe. Yes. So, go outside the house. Stop beside the large road. It's prepared.
Sambung HP.
Suddenly, suddenly, the birds flew open. Water rushed in, pouring from the sea, polluting his land. Mother! Mother! It's dropped. It's dropped polluting his blood. And when he slightly dropped the rock, crack, the rock, the sea inhale, and then water rushing, pouring out of the sea, and polluting the land. When the shaking stopped, people saw, and so shiveringly, they cried giving up. They cried. They understood. From a foolish hunger, they imagined that love without kindness means nothing. A small greed can move mountains. So they named the lake is Lake Singara to remind us that peace is wherever we feel full with love, not full. And the Uncle River is remind us that forgiveness will always find their way back. Because of one here set of because of one person sadness can create a beautiful that lasts forever. Thank you for listening.
The participant spends 8 minutes and 5 seconds. 8 minutes and 5 seconds.
So hello, judges. My name is Christine alias Monica. And I'm from SMK DKI Jakarta. storyline. The Queen Steamer and her crew. Have you heard about the story before? Okay, let me tell you about it. Listen, Lynn. Once upon a time, in India, there was a kingdom called Uma. The ruler went to sea. Seven daughters, and the youngest one named Maya. She was the the princess had a bed on the river. Splash! Oh no, stop! The young watched them. That girl must be mine. He was named Simple. The next day, he saw her home to the palace. Your Majesty, my prince wishes to marry your youngest one. Queen takes the hands. No, no, no. My eldest must wedding first. This is our custom. After all that, the prince became angry. What? How dare you reject my love? Prepare the army. We attack, setting one dungeon tonight. The night fell. The drums rolled. The Lords defend our kingdom. Queen takes steam of breath. This is for our land. This is for our people. And this for our honor. The bad rage. The arrows fell to the sky. The unknown pursued. You all cannot take my land. The enemies keep coming. The Queen takes him as her soul. Take my daughter. Hide them on the jungle. Please, they must fly. Even after her death, the Maya mother ran to her mom and begged, Mom, please don't let me. I'm scared, please. Just go, my dear. The Queen must fall. The daughter must survive. If my blood must fail for this peace, then let it fail with pride. Finally, the Queen faced the prince.
much stuff. And you should accept my love. This word will last until difference. This is
Iya.
for my people and this for my land. And blood. Oh my. The war was over. The land was called Duma from the prince last word. And after that, the queen and the Duma lived with peaceful. That's all the story. And thank you for listening. Bye.
Participants spend 7 minutes and 36 seconds. 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you, Christy Aulia. Now we'll have Azara from SMK 64. The story is The Legend of Toba.
Let's see. It would be
Good morning, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alberta. I'm from National High School, 64. Today, I'm going to tell you about the lesson from mom. We are from this book. Today, the legend of Bigfoot. About the lesson from Mortimer Zuma. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village in North Carolina, there lived a young named every day from a very hard into small bicycle. He was a kind man,
girl smiled gently. Who are you? Cinnamon. Look at my purse. Shortly, Baba fell in love. Cinnamon, will you marry me? Yes, but on one condition. Never tell anyone that I was once a fish. Of course, I will never tell anyone that. I promise. Baba couldn't believe it. His heart filled with joy. And so, they got married. Baba and Sitaram lived happily. They worked together, cared for each other, and soon they had son named Samuel. Samuel was a bright, cheerful boy. He loved but like many children, he could be lazy and playful. Sometimes forgot about still, Baba loved Samuel. One day, Baba was working very hard in a small because now Samuel said he'll show the other one home. Don't forget my son.
Ini dulu. Yang biasa di mana?
Ya udah, gua ke Gendang masih kesana.
The smell of delicious food made him hungry. One bite, another. When sounds arrive, there's only a little bit. Lola, tired and hungry. Samuel, did you eat my food? Filled with joy, Samuel said, "Good, good. I'm sorry, mother. I was hungry and I didn't realize that I everything. Sorry." Baba was fierce. Scared, Samuel ran to his home crying. But Baba chased him out. When she heard the final cries, Sitaram quickly commanded the door. That's when she heard her husband and her first one. "Your son of the golden fish!" In that, Sitaram's face turned pale. He said, "Baba, how dare you do that? You told our son about my secret." "Baba, your wife is tough." Sitaram quickly took Samuel's hand and said, "Now, don't you turn to run. And you, my son, you must come with me." "Sitaram, don't let me, please." The sky already turned dark and rain was not heavy. The river was overflowed but not much different, covering fields, houses, and everything. Baba desperately tried to reach the king, but the current was too strong. Sitaram and Samuel disappeared into the waves. For days, the rain grew strong, and when the storm finally ended, a huge earthquake had rolled. Water and wind surrounded the green hills. People believe that this was Sitaram and Samuel had vanished. They called it Lake Dog. In the middle of the lake, there was a small island, Samuel's Island, named after son for Flaw That's it from me. Thank you for your attention. Good morning.
Participants have 8 and 35 seconds. 8 minutes and 35 seconds.
Okay, thank you, Azara Hainum from SMK 64. Now, we'll have the last performance from SMK 12, Mazanya Halislam. The story is The Legend of Si Pitu.
Name Steve. He was born in 24. Something that's valuable. Courage, bravery, compassion. His teacher, 1990, had a taught him martial art of the sea. Only to only use it as just for justice and just at all. In one afternoon, when he was walking out the market like he used to, he saw a good story, torturing, no, mocking, for poor, powerful, fragile, his bone already. Oh my God. You have no money? You cannot pay? This is the third time this way. You cannot pay it? Oh, you cannot? Oh, then who? You will get to serve it out. Bring it out. The people sides, you rust for the man. Why you torture him like this? Look at him. He's only bone, nothing more. Why would you torture him? What do you want? Get rid of that name. I'll go with you. I'm doing my business. People won't know. He wasn't letting that go. He fought bravely. He swore that he take away the soul, the soul. He was scared. People would stab him. He realized his story. His pain took out the thousand people. And so he ran to his hideout with his two trusted friends. How can you let people be suffering like this? If we really let this torturing continue, look at them. They could even pay their debt. Whoa! We don't have anything. Because they have sold their army, thousands of them. We beat them. Come on, boys. Kill them. Then we'll be braver. We'll be braver than ever. We will steal the money from the rich and give them the poor to me. Don't you get it, please? All right.
You will reap. You will stole from the poor. You will stole from the rich and gave to the poor. And so it begins. People and his two friends stealing more and more money from the rich, the greedy landlord, the greedy colonial Dutch police. And from that point on, rumors began spreading around the corner of Batavia. The Dutchess colonials. He was a great but to the Batavi people, he was the Red Riding Hood of the Batavi people of struggling people, unlike any other people, full of knowledge, but he never kept the money in book. Instead, he used that money to buy rice, to give them to the widow, or give a little bit of money into the poor farmer. Here, Ma, here, you can have some of this. Please, take it. How could I think it would? My children stop. Soldier. They asked the Batavi people where is the hideout, but the Batavi, they will never tell them. Instead, the Batavi people only answer, people is in our heart. People is in our heart. People is in our heart. And betrayal is always near. The farmer that he trusted tell him his secret hideout. So the rush came into the hideout. People fought bravely. Ah! Yeah! But he fought not. He died from a gunshot. Died! People died! And so, the Batavi people thought they will forget people. But no. Mothers told bedtime story about his courage, compassion, and bravery. Fathers who told their son about his story while they were working on the rice field. And from that day on, Vito became a symbol of resilience and resistance and back. Well, thank you for listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed my dear audible tale.
Participants spend 7 minutes and 28 seconds. 7 minutes and 28 seconds.
Okay. Thank you, Masaya. So that was the last performance from the storytelling competition. Let's have first for all participants who have done very great. Okay, so we'll announce the winners, yeah, in the late afternoon after debate competition has been finished. Okay, so please wait for that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the jury will also give us some evaluations and the comments during the whole presentations. Sorry, the performance, I mean.
MC.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel after hearing the storytelling? Okay, so can you give me one thumbs up if it's okay, but make it in the middle if you are so-so, but if you're not doing great, but if you feel like it was not you, so you can make lower thumbs here down. Oh, okay, most of you thumbs up, yeah? Okay. Right. So based on the evaluation from all the performance before, let me highlight the scoring metrics first. Oops. There are some of the scoring metrics that you have known before. Pronunciation and intonation, performance, stage presence and characterizations, customs and properties, and fluency. And most of the juries, when we were in the semifinal, we have a different score for each kind of the participants, of course. But most of the evaluations, it's actually similar. First thing first is about the pronunciations and also the intonation, like what I have told you before. Since yesterday, it's only a couple people left behind. So let me tell you something about the pronunciation and intonation. Yesterday, there were some of the participants slips their L1 with the L2, like what I said before, because the intervene of the language, our mother language, for example, which is Indonesia, and with the L2, which is the English itself. And some of you still use, for example, fruit, but you still say that fruits, and it must be like fruits. And then some of them you say that the word revenge, but some of you say that refund. And then the word wisely, W-I-S-E-L-Y, some of you still say whistle, wisely, and something like that. So yeah, that's because of the nervousness and the intervene of the L1, so we understand that. The next one is about the technical things, yeah, during the preparations. I think some of you are a bit rushed when it is in the preparation time. So everyone wants to set up quickly while the background is still what's up and the operator still search for the correct background, for example. And then you have to see that control your time management. That's why we give you 12 minutes, but most of the participants are just speaking in 5 minutes or even 7 minutes. Yeah, some of you 7 minutes, some of you 8 minutes. But if I can take the median, it's actually 6 to 7 minutes, most of you. That's actually a bit shaky, that I can say, because you have like 12 minutes and you still have like 5 minutes long to perform better. So how to perform better? That's the next question, right? So the first things that you can do is actually to perform some things that is inside of the scenes, like the Pitung story, for example. So show the fight between the Dutch and the Pitung, for example, or when the scenes from Chick Sigma and the Duchess from, or the Prince itself, so show that they are fighting. They are not only like saying by the narration, because if it's only delivering by the narration, it's going to be shaky, vague, and also boring at the same time, right? So to reduce this kind of the boredomness, so our recommendation, you can use your body language to represent all the scene, and then make some specific detail, like what I have told you before in the evaluation yesterday. So when it is about the change of the characters, for example, we call it in storytelling actors development, right? So when there is like an actors development, show the detail for each of them. Let's take an example between Toba and Samosir. When Toba is actually mad at him, so show that it is really, really mad. Don't make it like down voice or flat voice. So make it like you are in a something like make you furious, for example. So you can imagine that what makes you furious at that moment, right? So that's a general feedback for the characters developments. And some of you still use narrations more than the dialogues itself, because the storytelling is about acting, right? So when you are doing the actors' scenes, it's better to have more characters developments rather than telling that a long time ago there was a prince and the princess live in da 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 da, but show some things more out of the box, for examples. I have seen one of the best storytelling before when I was judging in national competitions, and this girl doesn't have a lot of properties and costume. She just wore a simple Chutnya dance uniforms from Aceh because that was a hero story. And then she combined the story with the global aspects, such as first, it's about their motivation as a youth. And then she made herself as one of the main actors inside of the story. And she tried to go back to the past using the time machines to go back to the Chutnyadin era when the Chutnyadin is inside of the fight. So that's the story can be wow, like out of the box. Suddenly, she dreamed and then landed inside of the jungle and then finally found a Chutnyadin still fight with the Dutch. So that's out of the box, right? Rather than talking about the Chutnyadin itself. So you combine the story of yourself with the Chutnyadin itself. And then the moral of the story. The next one is the moral of the story from all the scenes that you want to give. Each scene must have a values. For example, let's continue the story about Chutnyadin and me as the main actor, for example. And then myself as the main actors inside of the story, we'll say that our values as the youth right now is to foresee the motivations towards the, for example, less motivation, for example, or fairness, or probably we are lack of confidence. That's our problems. But Chutnyadin problem was fighting to the Dutch. So you compare that values to showcase that in the current situations, the era has changed, but the value was still there. So that's what we want to say in the storytelling lines. Okay, so the story will be out of the box, but it's still relatable to the story because you also showcase the story of the Chutnyadin itself while you do the main actors as the personal development. So there must be like a character's development from 0 to 100, from nothing to hero, from 0 to hero, for example. Or let's take an example of the story of Lake Toba, for example. How to combine the Lake Toba to be more perfect story, like it's not boring. So you can simply say that you can choose whether or not you want to be Samosir or you want to be Toba, for example. So just pretend that you are a part of the actors itself, and then you are telling the story as a monologue system. So when you are coming to the monologue system, and then you are trying to tell everyone that I am Toba, for example. So what makes myself right now being gloomy today is because there was a lot of story behind. So telling about that kind of main actors behind the scene, so it can catch in the eye of the juries itself. So it's more like out of the box story. So you are telling that the point of view is coming from the actors itself compared to you telling all the story based on the textbooks. So yes, we give you the script as the guidance. But if you want to mark up the story into something that is out of the box, it's okay, as long as the story is still pure. So you are not changing that Toba is a girl, for example, or Samosir is a girl. Don't change that. Because some of you are changing the actors. For example, there was like some of the actors before when it is in the performance, Samosir is actually a teenager. But suddenly, there are some of the actors were saying that Samosir is a baby. So when you are annoyed, when you are being suffocated by something, That is actually in the teenagers era, like around 5 to 11 years old, for example, or 11 to 13 years old. So he's not a baby actually, so he's actually teenagers. So those kind of the characters development you have to pay attention to. And regarding the costume, I think you have to be mindful about your costume as well. Sometimes it actually something off from your shirt, something off from your skirt. So you have to be mindful to manage it. How to be mindful? Yes. So if you are feeling that, oh, my skirt is going to fall down, so how to control it? Yeah, just tie it directly. So without intervening the storyline. And regarding the fluency itself, I think some of the participants are using a really great fluence comparing to remembering the story. Some of you can escalate the, for example, if you forget the storyline of A and then you are moving to the B, so that's actually really good. So you need to keep it up the spirit while you forget your storyline, but you can recall back again, like using your own language. So that's actually one of the techniques when you forget. Because the main point of the storytelling is not remembering the story, but how to explore and discover new things inside of the actors itself. Okay? I think that would be all. Is there any jury that want to? Okay. Nothing.
Okay, thank you very much, Kak Arif, for your evaluation. Let's give applause for everyone. Anyway, you did a very good performance. Yes. Let the committee and also the judges to do evaluation, to have a short meeting to discuss for the winners. We will announce the winners together with the debate winners. So I shall return this to the MC. Ms. Linda.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Eno and all. So make a big applause one more time for our big event as the semi-final and final competitions. The first one, kita mau mengucapkan terima kasih kepada penerbit Erlangga, Bang Muhammad dan Mairoti sudah support kegiatan kita pada hari ini. Nanti kita akan menyaksikan presentasi dari ketiga sponsor. Namun yang pertama saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Mairoti. Saya mewakili dari pihak Mairoti, Bapak Ibu guru. Ini info terbaru bahwa jika Bapak Ibu sekolahnya ingin didatangi oleh Mairoti untuk mendapatkan free sampel lebih 200 sampai 300 roti gratis, silahkan menghubungi pihak Mairoti di belakang pintu nanti. Jika Bapak Ibu punya acara kelas meeting, ya kan kalau nggak salah Desember, right? Desember kan ada kelas meeting, kalau memang butuh untuk sponsor berupa sampel roti, silahkan menghubungi pihak Mairoti ada di belakang. Untuk Erlangga dan Bang Muhammad nanti setelah ini akan menyampaikan paparannya dan juga presentasinya. Yang selanjutnya, saya mau sebelum kita break time, tadi Miss Ena sudah bilang bahwa kita akan mulai lagi final debate jam 12.45. Saya ulang ya, mulai final debate jam 12.45 sehingga kami harapkan seluruh peserta debate berkumpul di sini jam 12.45 dalam keadaan sudah makan, sudah minum, sudah ibadah, supaya nanti announce top 6 yang akan maju ketika final dan akan disaksikan oleh kita semua. Tepuk tangan untuk kita semua. Dan juga pengumuman untuk pemenang 3 besar ya. 3 besar storytelling nanti akan diumumkan pada akhir acara bersamaan dengan debate competition. Begitu. Baik, kita mau closing dulu. Oh iya, Bapak Ibu guru, while we are waiting for the break, you can visit our Erlangga booth. They have new books yang sangat suitable sekali for speaking dan juga ada buku soal with full explanation dari PTP. Dan dari Erlangga, terima kasih banyak untuk Erlangga atas
dukungan utamanya untuk kegiatan ini. Give applause for Erlangga. And also they give special prize buat Bapak Ibu guru yang mau untuk memesan atau membeli buku PT tersebut pada hari ini. Silakan Bapak Ibu. And we shall have break. Oke. Oke, silakan rekan-rekan Bapak Ibu guru boleh divisit di booth Erlangga and also buat anak-anak. Nanti when lunch is ready, we will announce in the group. Ya, Bapak Ibu ya. Terima kasih. Let us enjoy this moment to build connection, build channels, and then reconnect with other teachers so that hopefully gak cuma untuk competition kali ini, tapi juga kita akan punya debate club dan English course yang akan dicabut di sekolah-sekolah di ATO DKI Jakarta. Ya, silakan anak-anak yang mau misalnya mau break, mau if you want to go outside and then have a break first while waiting, boleh silakan untuk Bapak Ibunya, boleh juga untuk melihat-lihat atau boleh langsung beli karena harganya nggak sama lagi. Ya Mas Keken ya, silakan ada di booth sebelah sana, ditemani oleh Bu Dede kalau nggak salah ya, Miss Dede dan Mem Nur yang cantik-cantik di sebelah sana, silakan divisit. Atau Bapak Ibu silakan keluar, kegiatan ini juga disponsori oleh Bank Malang. Terima kasih.
This